What's up, everybody? Drake Ella Fitness here, www.drakellafitness.com. And today, what I'm going to talk about is lower cross syndrome and how to fix it. You know, in previous videos, I've talked about with the rest of the How to Fix Your Back series. I've talked about upper cross syndrome. Remember, that's like, say you got thoracic kyphosis or you have tight traps and things like that, and the whole X, your scalene muscles not up to speed, not all that good stuff. The same can be said for your lower part of your body, obviously. And a lot of times if you have like upper cross syndrome, you're going to have lower cross syndrome. So what we want to worry about when we're talking about lower cross syndrome is there are two different types. You have anterior pelvic tilt and you have posterior pelvic tilt. All that means is your pelvis, say it's stable right here. If your pelvis is stable, but then something happens in your upper cross syndrome, or you have some weak or stronger muscles, or muscular imbalances here, which we'll get to, your pelvis tilts forward. And this is how, now imagine if your pelvis tilts forward, that means your butt is gonna come up, so that's what I was talking about, your Donald Duck butt. You see people, it seems like their butt is sticking up, and it's just sticking out for no reason. Well, it could be this muscular imbalance that creates that. Then the opposite is, a posterior pelvic tilt, which means some people look like they don't have any muscles, any glute muscles. So it's like the pelvis is caved this way, and obviously that will be another type of muscular imbalance. So how we're going to fix this is we're going to strengthen the abs, with core stability, which I'm going to show. And then we're going to untighten the hamstrings. So a lot of times what creates this, obviously, now think, if your pelvis is tilted forward anteriorly, that means your glutes raised, and that means your hamstrings are lengthened because everything is tilted this way, correct? So what we want to do is we want to untighten here, and that'll fix the problem. So what we're going to do, we're going to get into some exercises. What's up, guys? So the first exercise I'm going to show you is a hip flexor stretch. Having tight hip flexors is really going to contribute to lower cross syndrome, because that's going to contribute to tight glutes and tight hamstrings. Make sure you stretch out the hip flexors, do both legs. Go to your own comfortable level though. Don't overstretch the hip flexors, don't want to pull the muscle. The next exercise or stretch is going to be a hamstring stretch. If you find yourself, you don't have the flexibility enough to, stand up like I'm about to show you and do a traditional hamstring stretch, touching your toes, you can go in and just have you a little seat like I'm showing you and stretch it out like this on the ground. It's a great alternative to just a bit more milder. Obviously, this is the standing that I'm showing you right there. Now, this is a lying hip flexor stretch right here. Now, another stretch for the hip flexors. I'm telling you, untighten those hip flexors and you won't have to worry about, all the rest of the problems. Okay, this is a hip mobility or glute activation exercise. Basically, I'm trying to get you ingrained to this movement pattern, This is the same movement that should be done, at the top of your squats and deadlifts, This is teaching your glutes how to activate. It looks a little weird, but I'm just showing you what full activation of the glutes look like. And it's a great exercise to practice on, So moving on, this is going to be, core stability exercise. I always talk about planks. One of the best core ab exercises. Not only going to work your rectus abdominis, but your transverse abdominis, that's your deep abdominal wall, Core stability is key when talking about lower cross syndrome. So what I'm showing you now is going to be just a simple body weight squat, but I'm going to be emphasizing glute activation at the top. You see that pull through at the top? I'm fully extending my glutes, and pushing out. That's what I was showing you when I was laying down. But this is in squat form, So this is what you want to do for full glute activation, so your body can act as a whole, your whole lower body, when you squat, So this is going to be a goblet squat exercise. This is just basically a body weight squat with a plate or weight held anteriorly. Your load is anteriorly. And that means it's going to involve more core stability because basically the weight is going to make you tip forward, and you have to use your core and make sure it's strong so you won't tip forward and can complete the exercise or the squat. Same thing with that deadlift I was showing you. This is, you know, just a foam roll in my hamstrings. Make sure you implement some self-myofascial release. And this is foam rolling the glute. You know, obviously, same thing. Yeah, I hope you've seen my other foam rolling video on it, but make sure you foam roll the hamstring and the glutes. It's really going to help out that self-myofascial release. Another key component, you know, in preventing lower cross syndrome. So with that, I hope you guys get the gist of what a lower cross syndrome is. I just showed you, you know, some key exercises and stretches that you can do to control it. And I guess that's it. I'll see y'all guys in the next video. Make sure if you found this video informative to like it and to subscribe, you know. And I keep the good content going. But make sure you do these exercises. Until then, talk to you guys next time.